Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 1, and a massive win for Erik ten Hag. First of all, this is the first time Erik ten Hag in his Man United tenure has beaten a top 9 side away from home in the Premier League, and hopefully that's the end of that streak and we can go to big games like the Etihad and get a win over the line. Maguire had a very good game. Dalot had a really good game with a fantastic cross at the end. Hojlund getting in the goals. The second half from Casemiro was very, very good, but the first half was poor. There are issues with the tactical setup. The amount of times we let Villa run through our midfield, the spacing, there was things ten Hag needed to adapt. He was late with the subs, but the McTominay sub won Manchester United the game. And you know what? It wasn't a brilliant performance. It wasn't an amazing performance, but it wasn't an awful performance. There was a minute, the last 20 minutes of the first half was awful from Manchester United, but we started that game well, and then we dropped off. But I thought we improved massively on set pieces. I thought the box defending was really, really good. And I thought in possession, we weren't awful. It was more out of possession. It was just problems with control. I do want to talk about Maguire, really good performance he had. I do want to talk about midfield issues and the spacing, but I do think Casemiro had a very good second half and Maino had a good second half. I want to talk about McTominay when he starts. He doesn't do enough because he doesn't give us that all-round control, and his overall performance isn't good enough when he starts. But as a super sub, I've always said I don't mind McTominay coming on with 20 minutes to go because he's an unpredictable player. He can make those unpredictable runs. He's physical. He can allow us to play over the top, play balls into the box. McTominay's the type of guy that's very good in the last 20 minutes for the game state, but he's not someone you'd start a game with. But there was some positives. I think we need to be more compact. I think we need to be less vulnerable on the transition, and that is a problem we've noticed all season. The spacing in midfield, whether part of it is to do with the physical attributes of the players not being able to cover ground, Casemiro not having the legs to cover that kind of ground, I don't know. That's something that needs to be worked on, how easy it was for Villa to run for us when we lost the ball, the rest defence, the structure. This is something that ten Hag needs to improve. This is something that ten Hag persists with. But all in all, I do think really good 25 minutes. Poor period. Then we got better in the second half. Villa looked the more threatening side. Villa looked the better side, and I think that's because we lost Luke Shaw and we've lost Martinez, and we're so reliant on them, and I will get into that. But I actually think the defending was really good from the centre-backs. The set pieces was good. And, you know, the sub won us the game. He won us the game with the subs. He got the subs right. It was a bit late for the subs, but he got it right. And I think while we parked the bus a little bit today, I think we did that to make us a little bit less vulnerable to the Villa transition. But I have to say, Onana kept us in it. Onana's been a guy who's been getting a lot of stick, a lot of criticism, and I think a big part of it is confidence. I don't think Onana's as bad as he's been at United. I knew that there was a good keeper there from his time at Inter. I thought he had a really good game. He made some great saves. He made some great claims. He came out of the box a lot. I thought Onana's all-round game today was absolutely brilliant. Really, really, really good. Not just saves, but it's claiming the ball and sweeping the ball and coming off his line. I thought that was really, really good. And I think there were a lot of positives. I don't think we were amazing. I don't think it was the best performance. I think we had to park the bus a bit, and we relied on McTominay to get ten Hag out of jail. And yeah, there was moments where we weren't believably great in that game. But you got to remember, we're missing Luke Shaw, we're missing Martinez. They are two of our most important players. There is no Luke Shaw, there is no Martinez today. Our build-up instantly sucks when they go. We're in a bad position, the fact that we're so reliant on Luke Shaw and Martinez both staying fit and being in the team to make us look a lot better. But you look to the bench, you look to the options, you looked at the players that went off injured, and you thought, you know what? This isn't going to be an easy game. We're going to have to grind this out. We've not really got the players when you look at who's injured. And it's about the result, and it's a results business. And today we've got the results. We didn't play pretty at times. We did start well, but we didn't play pretty at times. But we got the result against Aston Villa, and that's only the second time they've lost at home in the Premier League in 18 months. Yes, they've dropped off a little bit without Pau Torres, without Konza. They've dropped off a bit, but there's a lot of positives for the fact that now we're 5 points behind Villa, with 14 games to go. They're going to be in Europe. We're not going to be in Europe. We could maybe go on a run. I think with Martinez and Luke Shaw being injured, it's not even about performance now, and it's just about grinding out the results and getting it right, because we can't play the way that ten Hag wants to play without those two players. They're too crucial to the system, and it says, okay, maybe we need a left centre-back, maybe we need a centre-back. But there was a lot of positives, and I want to talk about Harry Maguire. I want to talk about Rasmus Hojlund. Obviously, I've spoken about Onana as well. Had a really good game, but Maguire today, 81% pass accuracy, 71 touches, 46 out of 57 passes completed, 7 out of 7 aerial duels won, 5 clearances, 4 out of 5 ground duels won, 4 out of 4 tackles won, 1 key pass, 1 big chance, 1 assist. He got an assist, but he won all 4 of his tackles, and he won 11 out of 12 duels today. I thought Harry Maguire was immense, and I sometimes think with football, if you're the side that's better in both boxes, you can win the game. And I think the reason we won today is Villa had control of the midfield. Villa played for us well, but we were better in both boxes. Dalot was really good defensively. Maguire and Varane box defending, their ability to win a lot of headers was really important today. And I think we were very good in our defensive box. We had a lot of pressure. There's a lot of work to do. We dealt with that really well. And I think going forward, Hojlund got the goal. We were ultimately better in their box. Hojlund got the goal. McTominay got the goal. And we had players that won the ball in the box, won those moments, and we won the game. And I'm just really happy with that. There's something about McTominay coming off the bench being clutch. Maino did well for the goal. Dalot did well for the goal, and I think Dalot's been really, really good. I think Dalot's been really, really good these last few games for United, whether he inverts in midfield, whether he's overlapping, underlapping, creating space. My biggest criticism of Dalot has actually been his crossing, but what a cross that was for him today. And I think there was negatives. I don't think Bruno Fernandes had his best game. I thought the midfield in the first half, at the end of that first half, was getting rammed through. There was spacing issues, there was tactical issues, which I had with Ten Hag. I thought Garnacho was a bit wasteful. I thought Rashford was a bit wasteful. But all in all, I thought, well, actually, there's a lot of positives from Maguire's performance, Onana's performance, Dalot's performance. Casemiro had a much better second half. Hojlund's getting the goals again today. Ten Hag sub won the game. While I look at it and think, why did we sell Alvaro and why didn't we just leave Reguilon here a bit longer? Because ultimately, Luke Shaw's injury, I don't think it's Luke Shaw's fault. It's like Elise with Palace. As soon as Elise's fit, Palace chuck him back in, make him play every minute. He gets injured again. If Melas is here, we can mould Luke Shaw back in, not rely on him to come back in and play every minute of every game. He gets injured again, and it's so annoying and how much we're losing Luke Shaw because he's so important. We went down a level when Luke Shaw came off, and Lindelof is just not that level. Lindelof comes on, he gives the ball away. Lindelof at left back, I don't want to see. I'd rather see Amrabat there. And the build-up just absolutely sucked when Luke Shaw came off. And it wasn't great in terms of overall play, possession play, build-up, in terms of control of the game. But Ten Hag just thought, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to chuck McTominay on a super sub, and it worked. And at the end of the day, this was the game was about the result. It's not about pretty performances. Luke Shaw and Martins are injured. It's not about pretty performances. It's not about great football. I need to see Ten Hag close down the midfield. I need to see us stop making the same mistakes with the rest of defence and giving the opposition so much space. But we got the win. It was a scrappy win, but we got the win, and the 3 points is massive because now we're 5 points off the top five. Top five gets you Champions League qualification next season with 14 games to go. With Villa being in Europe, I don't think we'll catch Spurs. But Villa have just been off a little bit lately, and if we can put the pressure on them, that'd be great. We don't have Martinez, we don't have Shaw. They're going to be key. I'm worried about that, but if we can just keep the pressure on Villa, it could be good. I'll be honest, I think that we were absolutely cooked in the first half by Villa. Bar the first 20 minutes when we were great, I thought after that we were cooked by Villa in the first half. It was not good enough. As I've said multiple times, I think elements of the performance were not good enough. It wasn't a totally convincing win. I'm not going to act like we were good. I'm not going to act like we played well. Maguire had a very, very good game. McTominay came off the bench and saved us, and Onana had to make a lot of saves to lower the very, very good game. Hojlund got a goal, which I'm happy about, but I do think that we got better in the second half at times. I thought Casemiro looked a lot better as well, and there were definitely positives. Now, I want to talk about Rasmus Hojlund. 7 goal contributions in his last 5 Premier League games. Massive for him. 6 goals in his last 6. Rasmus Hojlund is getting the goals. I think he's on 11 or 12 goals this season as well. It might even be on 12 goals this season, considering he's the youngest player to get goals in 5 consecutive Premier League games. 12 goals. Only Bellingham's got more non-penalty goals than him at his age or younger. I think, to be honest, Hojlund's on track. He's having a good season. Hojlund's showing up at the right time. Hopefully Onana can keep that form up and show up at the right time. Yeah, I look, the result is the result. I'm not going to be, it wasn't an amazing performance, but the result is the result. We've got the win. I'm happy with it. We found a way to win the game. Ten Hag could have made his subs earlier. Ten Hag could be more proactive. I think Unai Emery sort of got the better at Ten Hag in moments of this game tactically, but McTominay won us the game. Ten Hag put the right sub on at the right time to win us the game. While we lost elements of control, while there was a lot of negative things, I generally have to say I'm seeing positive things because I realised that how crucial Luke Shaw and Martinez are to the way we play and how it detriments us. And I'm just thinking about results. I'm just thinking about getting the result over the line. Hojlund, I thought, was fantastic today. Casemiro's going into the game as he's got more match fitness. He looks sharper. His reaction to the yellow card was amazing. He never deserved the yellow card. But you know what? Dalot. Every single one of Dalot's actions today was perfect. Defensively, he was absolutely brilliant. Crossing was good. In possession play was good. I thought Dalot was good. We did get cooked at bits down that right-hand side in the first half. The spacing between Dalot and Varane wasn't the best, and that was on Ten Hag. He had to adapt the spatial setup. He had to really adapt the spatial setup, the spatial structure, which is something that's been a problem all season that Villa didn't take advantage of. But we did part the bus. We did get tighter in the second half, despite the injuries. And Ten Hag is on a 61.5% win rate, so it's actually, in all things considered, not an awful win rate. And We're not in an awful position. We're 5 points ahead of 7th place. We're 5 points behind 5th. We're closing in on that top 5. I don't think we'll get top 5, but we're closing in. Ten Hag said that Luke Shaw was just taken off as a precautionary measure, and hopefully it stays precautionary. But Bruno Fernandes, weirdly, didn't have his best game, but he made 8 key passes versus Aston Villa. He made things happen, and I think that's the thing about Bruno. There's a world-class player in Bruno. Even when he doesn't have his best games, he makes things happen. And look, hopefully this is just momentum. This is a boost. This is a confidence boost. There's big players injured, but the more we win, the more we get it over the line. Villa away, finally beating the top 9 side away from home. Let's take the positives from this. Let's be good. You've got to look at the options on the bench. What could Ten Hag do substitution-wise? We won the game. Villa's a difficult game. Let's hope we build something. Smash a like, smash a subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.